It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll be watching the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the Hornets out in Charlotte. And for Charlotte, the game tonight marks their second of 4 meetings they will play this season, and they come into this one feeling pretty good after winning the last time they met. Kenny, I'll tell you what.
What?
We've already seen some big matchups to start this season. It's very early.
Yes.
But in the real world, how soon do you start thinking about playoff ramifications?
Oh, you start thinking about playoffs from day one.
Oh,
the end goal is always some.
But you're not thinking about where you are. Hey, right now we'd play these guys.
Yes,
you know.
always. And I look at them in 5-game blocks. I would be like, hey, man, in these 5 games, we need to be here for the playoffs. After these 5, we need to be here. Because that's, if you don't, it could get out of control and out of your control.
I can tell just from his reaction of shaking his head that he's not buying what you're selling.
Don't listen to that jibber jabber, Ernie. You focus on one game at a time. The rest will just take care of itself.
So you go less than I do.
One game at a time.
I went
take care of
5-game
itself.
blocks. You went
and then if you need to make an
time.
adjustment, you don't wait. You just
when
make
did you think about playoffs, though?
When playoff time came around.
So not like early on in the season you weren't thinking playoffs like Kenny was.
Can't control the future. Only I can.
It didn't work that time. Nothing showed up in your hand.
Nothing.
It doesn't always work that way. What do you think this is, some video game? Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Greetings, everyone, from Charlotte as we bring you an Eastern Conference contest for this Hornets home game. It's Wednesday night basketball, live on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge on the sideline. And right now for the Bucks, they'd like to start this road trip off on a positive note. They've been picking up some steam, and if they can play this well all season, they'll be in excellent shape.
Kevin, the start of a long road trip, my friend, and they'd love to set the tone here early with a win.
Tip-off goes to Charlotte. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The young Bucks, Antetokounmpo and Parker at 3 and 4. Brogdon and Middleton are the guard tandem, and it's Monroe in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Carter Williams. Rebound, Milwaukee. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
Malcolm Brogdon, a second-round pick out of the University of Virginia. What a find, Greg, he has been, and you love that he can fill in at either guard spot.
And you get the feeling Brogdon was overlooked for being a 4-year player in college. Has the passing and vision of a point guard, scores well enough from inside and out to play off the ball as well.
Bucks on defense. It's a 5-point game. It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, we were able to talk with Steve Clifford. He knows they're up against the team that plays best when it can get to the front of the rim. So the #1 concern defensively is coming over to help to cut off drives and cutting down all lanes to the hoop. Kevin will see who imposes their will upon the other.
Thank you, David. Here's Parker following the basket by Jeremy Lamb. And that one's good, Brogdon. Brogdon's got 5.
The stretch forward, Jabari Parker, seeing the floor well and then whipping the ball around with precision.
Here's Carter Williams. Craig Monroe with the rebound.
I like the defensive effort. They did a good job altering the mid-range shot and then making the shooter feel a bit uneasy.
Passes it to Brogdon. Back to Monroe. And it's sent back by Howard.
Well, Dwight Howard patrolling the paint still makes you think about your shot attempts. Easily leaping up to throw that one away.
And Lamb kicks to Batum. Screen by Howard. They set the pick. 6 to shoot. Antetokounmpo on the double team. A shot by Carter Williams. Nobody around. Carter Williams with another miss. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Count it. Good. Parker's got his second bucket tonight.
These guys are like dentists right now. 4 out of 5 recommending a made shot. They're in a great groove.
Antetokounmpo against Batum. Howard with a screen on Antetokounmpo. Off the screen. Batum, good. Batum's got his first points of the night.
Well, at 6'11" and 265, that's a big guy out there setting some screens to open up some space.
Brogdon kicks to Parker. Middleton outside. Back to Parker. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And last season, Jabari Parker added a consistent three-pointer to his tool set as a scorer.
You think about the first few games, averaging about 13, Kevin, then jumped it up to 19, and then all of a sudden, you get to December, and he's averaging over 20 a game. So for Jabari to have that kind of consistency and that kind of improvement and gain his confidence, he's got to feel good that if he gets back to health, he can still do damage in the NBA.
No good on the free throw. It's early, of course, but Brent, for teams that have a number of new players, maybe even a new coach, what's an average timeline for developing a winning chemistry?
I think if you look at, Kevin, the way we've talked for so many years about 20 games into the season, with this much change, you might have to look at half of a season because there could be some injuries, there could be some scheduling snafus that make it difficult for you. But half of a year, new coach, new players, 41 games seems to be about right in assessing whether or not this team's going to put something special together for the season.
Now here's Kaminsky. And in the game with Memphis, he did not play well.
Great execution. Could not have asked for a better shot.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Hornets.
And their offense centered around the three-point shot. That was the guiding principle on every trip. Their first goal was finding an open look beyond the arc, getting that extra point every chance they could.
Hornets trail by 4. Now Howard. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. He doesn't usually fire from out there.
A good decision right there from Dwight. Excellent awareness on that particular play.
Brogdon against Carter Williams. Brogdon the pass to Monroe. Middleton outside. No good with the layup.
The defense was solid there, smothering him close inside, and that's how you want to guard him.
And there's the call on Malcolm Brogdon. That's his first foul. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo.
And if you're going to go cross court with the ball, you have to be sure the passing lane is open.
Incredible that Antetokounmpo has grown the way he has as a leader for the ball club. He wants to make his teammates better, and you can see that with the way he passes the ball.
Now here's Batum. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Here's Howard, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And I like how hard he's working on the glass. A strong big man who is excellent at coming up with second chance opportunities.
Antetokounmpo against Batum. Antetokounmpo dishes to Parker. Back to Antetokounmpo. Clock at 6. Shoots over Batum. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
Somehow, some way, he couldn't get that one to fall from in between. Got to take advantage of the weak defense when you can.
Lobbed up there for Howard.
I love how determined Dwight Howard is there on the offensive end. When he gets the ball in that good spot, nobody's going to stop him.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Monroe. Back to Antetokounmpo. It's stolen by Kaminsky. Batum against Antetokounmpo. Offside, Batum. Kaminsky sets the pick for Batum. Screen by Howard. This one for 3. And Nicholas Batum with the 3. Batum's got 5 now.
At least get a hand up. It's not too much to ask from a coaching staff. Just not intimidating defense at all on that possession.
Now here's Middleton, coming off a stellar performance against Oklahoma City. Here's Monroe, and he can't stop the run as he misses.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there. You know, altered shots don't show up on the official stat sheet, but as we saw there, he does a great job of doing that as well as collecting the rebound.
Charlotte leading by 4. Batum passes to Howard. That one, no good. Good work defensively by Monroe. Parker with it. Kaminsky's there. Parker kicks to Antetokounmpo. Great D that time from Batum.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
That shot off. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now they need a basket.
It is strange to think that some of the players that Jason Kidd coaches on this team might have been too young to see how good he was when he played.
Well, Giannis is a prime example. Last season, Giannis was benched by Kidd, and then he looked up Kidd's credentials, and he said, wow, rookie of the year, never lost in the Olympics, won the finals, and is an NBA champion. That's right, Giannis. Sometimes looking things up in the internet can be beneficial.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte, and some changes here for the Bucks. And so here's Charlotte. Stone dishes to Williams. Monk kicks to Zeller. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
To the left wing. Snell, the pass to Liggins. Back to Snell. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
I like that recognition. Effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
Pass to Bacon. Zeller setting the pick for Monk. Outside Williams. Shot clock reset for Charlotte. Bacon the pass to Zeller. Here's Bacon. It's stolen by Maker. Here's Liggins. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Wow, credit there. Somehow finds a way to knock that one in.
Bucks trail by 3. Now here is Dellavedova. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Liggins dishes to Dellavedova. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Snell. It's rebounded by Charlotte. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and they were just shaky at times when it mattered most in that game, and it cost them.
Yeah, Greg, I think you're right there. At major turning points, they miss a series of shots, they make some mistakes, and it led to the wipeout.
Now here is Dellavedova.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Zeller passes to Bacon. It's deflected, and they're able to recover. Bucks trail by 3. Here's Liggins. Over in the corner, Dellavedova. And Liggins kicks to Maker. Pass to Snell. Puts it up from 15. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Williams with a clean look. Buries the jumper to finish the break. And the Hornets lead by 5.
I like that recognition. Effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
Now here is Dellavedova. He's guarded closely. There's a good screen. Here's Snell. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Snell's got his second basket of the game.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down. Right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
There's a screen by Williams. And the pass to Bacon. A baseline J. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
And you got to appreciate just the presence of mind there. Monk demonstrating solid court awareness by finding the open man.
Now here is Dellavedova. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. He dishes it to Maker, and the dunk by Maker.
Well, a big reason why Dellavedova is out there is because he can see who's available.
Kicks to Monk. They set the pick. Pass to Bacon. And he comes off the screen and slams it through.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang.
Got it. Nice one there from Dellavedova.
Well, somewhere out there, the weakest link was exposed by Dellavedova.
Pick by Zeller. Stone kicks to Monk. Tries it from 19. Zeller misses in close. Tie game here in Charlotte. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but he says he takes comfort in playing the game he still loves.
Basketball, this is my passion, on the court, it's my sanctuary. I want to have fun. The reason I play is to win championships. I take this game very seriously.
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals, and this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
It's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's after.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we've been watching from the Hornets.
Well, to me, the story of that first period was their rebounding. They were able to get the ball, get it to the rim, and finish. And then they got to finish. And that's what you got to do. 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 And
Yeah, jumping out
Take a
to a
break.
lead
Take a
largely
break.
because they did the
shots.
hard work on the glass. So you love the passion in the early part of this game that they're playing with.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Mirza Teletovic out there with Maker. Then there's DeAndre Liggins. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Snell in at the 3. And he makes both free throws.
And maybe not as highly touted as some other guards that went before him, but Malik Monk can be scary on the floor. He can get hot like no other, and once he's dialed in, the points just seem to flow.
Now here is Dellavedova. Teletovic dishes to Dellavedova. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And Greg, as you said, Monk has that ability to take over with his shooting.
I mean, Monk looks to get going with his scoring at all times, and he's just got that shooter's mentality where all shots are good shots. That can be a positive and a negative, but I prefer he have that aggressive mentality when it comes to scoring the basketball.
Free throw good from Dellavedova. For so long, the Hornets have been one of the most disciplined teams, Greg, in the NBA.
Yeah, you look at how this team takes care of the ball, and from the first guy to the last, it says something about how much pride they take in that. Minimizing turnovers goes a long way in terms of winning games. It's been a part of the basketball culture with the Hornets for quite some time.
Brent, when you think back to some of your favorite teammates in your 14-year career, what characteristics do those guys tend to have?
I think about 2 things, Kevin. The first is competitive drive. You always are drawn to guys who on a daily basis just want not only their team to be their best, but they want to be their best. That's an attractive quality. And secondly, probably the idea about where basketball sits in terms of the priority in your life. I always appreciated guys who could go do their work, separate from their work, and enjoy the time in the moment that they had with teammates, with family, with friends. That kind of balance, to me, is an attractive quality.
Pick by Zeller. Here's Monk. That's tipped. Milwaukee has gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. Dellavedova kicks to Maker. Back to Dellavedova. Williams with the block. Fast break now for Charlotte. Here's Stone, defended by Dellavedova. The shot by Monk is no good.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away.
And the shot goes in. Teletovic has got his first 2 points of the night.
Teletovic can score, we know, from the three-point line, but nice to see him in the mid-range. Good form.
Here's Stone, defended by Dellavedova. Monk, the pass to Stone. Williams, a screen on Teletovic. Here's Stone. And too long on the shot. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's Teletovic. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Cody Zeller.
Teletovic, a big, strong guy himself, and forced his way into more contact.
The Bucks have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Free throw drops for Teletovic.
You look up and down this Bucks roster, and you have to do that. Up and down and over and side to side. Just so much length with this team. Giannis is certainly the biggest name with the biggest wingspan, but guys like Thon Maker and Tony Snell defensively, they've got great reach as well.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. And so Teletovic nails both of them. And Brent, it seems like the Bucks are always adding length to their team.
Well, when most teams have gone smaller with their lineups, Milwaukee very curiously has collected a lot of longer players that they think can go out and do a multitude of things to make their roster a little bit more futuristic.
Now here's Middleton. Dwight Howard missing his last shot, and he gets it to go. Middleton's got 5 points so far.
That's tough by Chris Middleton. Squares up and extends past the defense strong. I'll give him a little bit of credit on how focused he was on that hoop.
And that one's good, Brogdon. He has 7.
And right now, the game plan seems to be working.
It looks like this team has finally gotten into the club and found its rhythm, trying their best to pull away.
Now here's Carter Williams. 14 points from him the last game against Memphis.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
Over in the corner, Batum. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum.
Looking here at some numbers for Batum. Last year, getting it done. Averaged about 15 points a game. 6 assists and 6 rebounds. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
His instincts naturally are to score the basketball. That ability to find the creases in the defense is something you just don't teach, and it's awesome.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Now here's Brogdon. Nicholas Batum unable to get his shot to go. There's the feed to Howard. Antetokounmpo against Batum. He kicks to Howard. Over Monroe. Howard can't hit.
And defensively moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contested.
Teletovic's shot is good.
Well, Teletovic does that very well, stretching the floor and being an accurate three-point shooter.
And the Hornets call time here. They traveled to Milwaukee last time they faced the Bucks, and they came away with a win.
Their last game against this squad, they won out thanks to some big contributions from the bench.
Yeah, a few of their reserves got some decent minutes that night, and they took the opportunity and ran with it. A lot of scoring coming off the pine in that win.
Right, you were known for a lot of stuff. Great passing was one of them. Also known as an exceptional shooter. Of all the guys you played with, who is the best at setting you up for a score?
Wow, I think my years playing alongside Gary Payton in Seattle, he drew so much attention, Kevin, with his ability in transition, of course, that patented spin move of his, and then his great ability as a 6'4" guard to post up, especially on that left block through a lot of double teams, and that opens up shooters on the weak side. That's where I happen to be.
All the great point guards see the floor so well. They know where everybody is, don't they, Brett?
And the best ones, Kevin, you're right. The best ones are the ones willing to pitch the ball ahead. That's when you really have something special.
Hornets trail by 10. Lamb with the ball. He's picked up by Parker. Lamb dishes to Kaminsky. Over Middleton. That one wide left. For Milwaukee, they've gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Parker sets the screen for Antetokounmpo. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Kaminsky kicks to Lamb. And again, Charlotte with the triple. Bucks leading by 7. And it's Parker at the elbow. Down low. And Monroe. A bucket on the assist by Parker.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And so here's Charlotte. Carter Williams kicks to Lamb. Feeds to Kaminsky. Over Parker. And there's another one for the Hornets. Milwaukee's gotten off 4 shots from three-point range tonight and buried every one of them. Back to Antetokounmpo. He feeds it to Monroe. They set the pick. Pass to Brogdon. From deep. Can't hit that one. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Here's Lamb. A putback, Howard. The rebound by Brogdon.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Parker left side. That one falls. Parker's got 9.
Sometimes you got to just be in position, and that time Jabari was deep enough and pretty much game over for the D.
Hornets trail by 9. Lobbed up there for Howard. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Parker passes to Middleton. It's stolen by Kaminsky. Outside, Batum. Howard kicks to Batum. And there's the 3-second violation.
And here's a look at some numbers for Howard. He's coming off an excellent season. 4th in field goal percentage, 5th in rebounding, and he's a shot blocker as well. Top 20 in that category last season. Great timing and challenges at the rim.
And yeah, he's one of the most efficient scorers in the league for sure. Moves without the ball, avoids taking the bad shots. That's why he was top 5 in field goal percentage last year. Now, here is Monroe. He's coming off a 13-point game against Oklahoma City. Clock at 4. Here's Middleton. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Middleton's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Charlotte calls timeout.
And looking at this Charlotte roster, really the strength of it is their perimeter play. A good collection of dynamic playmakers and shooters from that point guard to small forward position. They are the bulk of this team's offensive threats.
Well, while we have a second, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a list of the league's top shooters from last season. The 4th spot held by Dwight Howard.
Put the ball in the bucket. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? I mean, just ask him. He'll have the answer for you.
And so here's Charlotte. They trail by 11. Kaminsky sets the pick for Batum. Back to Carter Williams. 6 to shoot. Kaminsky kicks to Batum. To the middle. And the rejection by Monroe.
How about the rejection from Monroe? Got his feet set, got in the right spot, and then threw it away.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Greg, the Hornets were strong outside, but weak inside. I guess they've addressed that weakness, going for Dwight Howard.
Yeah, they went out and got what they felt could be an anchor on that front line. And listen, he's going to provide that rim presence that they lacked a season ago. The question is, can he also give them some punch offensively?
And that one falls for Middleton. And last season, Chris Middleton, Brent, missing most of the year with a torn hamstring.
Well, I don't think he ever quite really felt confident in what his body could provide for him last year, Kevin. And so tentative play, but a good sign for the Milwaukee Bucks that Chris Middleton will be a scoring option for them for sure.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Cody Zeller comes in for Dwight Howard. And Monks subbed in for Lamb. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
The versatility Middleton offers up is exceptional. A capable defender, a good scorer, an effective shooter. Those are the kind of switchblade players the coaches love.
Carter Williams can't get it to go.
Yeah, this has been a night where you could look at his shooting and his performance, and it's affected the team. That's the bottom line.
Middleton outside. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Just not his night so far, guys.
And then Monk with the dunk.
And how about Monk there? You better get in front of him when he's in attack mode. If you allow him to get to that launching pad, it is too little, too late.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City.
I'm not sure in that game if it was him or Dikembe Mutombo out there, guys. I was just hoping to see one finger wave after one of those floor blocks. No, 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 not today.
It's blocked, and it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Tony Snell's checked in for Milwaukee. DeAndre Liggins checks in for Chris Middleton. Parker with it. Williams.
Oh! That's a beauty from Parker there, making hard shots look incredibly easy.
And that last replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Hornets trail by 13, and Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Stone. On the wing, Williams. The dish to Stone. Shot clock at 6. The rebound by the Bucks. Maker's got his third rebound on the night. They set the pick. And Liggins kicks to Maker. They get it again. Here's Parker. Three-pointer, Dellavedova. The second effort. And it's laid in by Parker. Parker's got 13 points.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Bacon. 6 points for him. And he comes up with the deuce. 1:02 left in the first half. Parker outside. Dellavedova with the ball. Dishes it to Maker. That one, no good. Hornets trail by 13. Here's Stone. Here's Zeller. Misses in close. Milwaukee's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Dellavedova. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
One shot.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
Here's Stone. Pass to Bacon. The rebound by the Bucks. Maker's got 4 rebounds in this game. Snell kicks to Liggins. Not going to go that time.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, a big effort from you guys in the first half. How do you keep that momentum going?
Come out with energy, just try to keep pushing the ball and get stops.
We know that's coach's emphasis, Chris. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, y'all. Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. A tremendous game we're seeing from Jabari Parker. He had 13 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
Well, we can't look past the huge contribution their bench has provided. They've got this lead mainly because of the injection of energy and offense that they got from their reserves. That's what a coach wants to see. I'm guessing the minutes will be spread out a little bit in the second half.
And big fella, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Their field goal percentage reminds me of Kenny's breath. Brutal. Not reading the defense, not getting enough quality looks. They need to make major changes because the system they ran in the first half was not working.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
Welcome back to Charlotte, the Duke Energy Center, the building in the foreground there. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You know, Jabari Parker has been exceptional here today, guys.
And I love the game plan in that first half. They really valued each possession.
Efficient so far with the shots that he's taken. His contributions have been fantastic.
Bucks leading by 16. Kaminsky and Howard, the tall front line. Carter Williams is out there with Jeremy Lamb, and it's Batum in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Now here's Monroe. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Here's Carter Williams. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Carter Williams has got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Hornets. Brogdon the pass to Monroe. Back to Brogdon. There's the screen. And it's sent back by Howard. Carter Williams against Middleton. The shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And that is a foul. It's on the Charlotte Hornets. And we watch Giannis out there. He just looked unstoppable, Greg, at times. The way he's able to attack the rim, the blend of size, speed, and length is just unparalleled in the NBA.
And it's the movement that throws you off with Giannis. One step, and he's gone
shots
from the 3 line to the rim. There isn't any way to stop someone that skilled who's that big.
And he knocks down the first one.
There are a lot of guys that have versatility in our league, but I think Antetokounmpo is probably the most unique.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. Brent, you have 2 championship rings. Some guys would kill for 1. Talk about a season where you thought you would capture a title, but for some reason it just wasn't meant to be.
It's interesting, after the 2005 championship in San Antonio, coming back in 2006, I thought we were destined to get the job done that very next year. And it's funny how slight the difference is between a championship season and just a contending season, Kevin. An injury, a bounce, a foul, a free throw. It makes you appreciate the fragility of what a championship season is all about.
Well said. Now here's Middleton. After Jeremy Lamb's miss, it's Brogdon on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. Hornets trail by 14, and a wide open look for Lamb. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Brogdon against Carter Williams. The shot by Brogdon, no good.
And they just cannot seem to get it going so far in this half, missing their first 3 shots.
Fires from the line. Kaminsky sets the pick for Batum. Goes up off the pick. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's on Jabari Parker. And as great as Nicholas Batum is, the one issue he's dealt with, Greg, his entire career is staying consistent during games.
And with his skill set, it is hard for Batum to be completely absent. He can play, though, too passively at times when you know what he's capable of, and he's at his best when he is active and aggressive.
Free throw good, Nicholas Batum.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
And it's Monroe finishing it off.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Hornets trail by 13. Charlotte calls timeout. And last season, Giannis truly making the leap to superstar in the NBA. Brent was recognized by the fans, as well as he was voted in as a starter for the All-Star game in New Orleans.
And I love the point that Giannis made last year with regards to that All-Star voting, Kevin. He said he would have gotten more votes if people knew how to spell his name correctly. I still get it wrong.
You have to like what we're seeing from Jabari Parker.
Yeah, the defense has not provided any threat to stop him out there, so it should come to no surprise that he continues to attack the basket.
Now here's Carter Williams. The pass to Kaminsky. Outside Batum. That one doesn't go. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Milwaukee leading by 13. Brogdon kicks to Parker. He dishes it to Antetokounmpo. Three-pointer, and Parker gets it to go. The assist from Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got 5 assists tonight. For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Here's Carter Williams, and once again off the mark by Charlotte.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Kicks it down to Middleton. Second chance shot. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Middleton's got 11 points.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Basket good.
Howard establishing some confidence now down low. Just get him the ball and let him take care of business.
Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Parker outside. Screen by Monroe, and the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
Well, after the knee injury that Parker suffered as a rookie, you just really hoped all that explosiveness would come back. It did in a big way. Unfortunately, had another tear of the ACL, which started the process over again. But given his track record, I think he'll be back to form.
Mirza Teletovic is checked in for Milwaukee.
One shot.
And with Parker, that ability to cover so much distance so quickly is what makes him a tough assignment as a defender. Brent, you know, you hope the explosiveness can return after his latest setback.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He worked very hard to get it back just last season, and I expect him to do the same. And he just kept getting stronger as the season went on. That combination of Parker and Giannis on the wing started making people look at the Bucks in a little bit different light. And when Jabari's at full strength, boy, can he be explosive.
Drills the three-pointer. He's got 10.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
To the inside, stolen by Monroe. Brogdon kicks to Antetokounmpo, and a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. And that's now 6 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Hornets have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. There's a screen. And it's slammed in by Howard.
And love how Howard throws it down. Just spectacular to watch on these alley-oops given his strength.
Great way to see the alley-oop. That replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment. Now here's Brogdon. He's got 10. Off the pick and the dunk by Parker.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang. His release is just so smooth from the mid-range.
Now here's Antetokounmpo, covered by Lamb. Monroe, no good.
Gotta make those shots. Not sure how he missed it. The defense was just okay.
And here is Carter Williams. Howard kicks to Lamb. 6 to shoot. Howard setting the pick for Lamb. And the miss, not the best shot selection there. Bucks leading by 22. Antetokounmpo passes to Brogdon, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Brogdon's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Carter Williams. Kicks to Kaminsky, and there's the call on Malcolm Brogdon. That'll be his second foul of the game. Tony Snell's checked in for Monroe. Here's Stone. Passes it to Monk. Picked by Williams. Just 4 to shoot. The shot by Monk is no good.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
No one near Teletovic as he lets it go. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. For Charlotte, they've gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
Well, you go in there weak like that, and a guy like Giannis with his length is going to throw it away.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
Now here's Parker. He's got 21. And Teletovic kicks to Antetokounmpo. The baseline J. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Antetokounmpo's got 8 points.
Yeah, I don't think you're stopping Giannis on a drive like that. He just takes off, and one stride gets by everybody.
Here's Monk. Up and in on the layup. He has 6.
Not sure you can ask for a better look. He can make those shots while sleeping.
Bucks leading by 22. Antetokounmpo dishes to Parker. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Brogdon kicks to Antetokounmpo. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Here's Stone. He's guarded by Brogdon. Picked by Zeller. Monk kicks to Stone. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for Carter Williams.
And these sorts of nights can happen. I mean, an extremely rough outing from him in terms of his efficiency. And at this point, the only thing you can hope for is to try to get into some sort of rhythm. Get a couple in a row, try to get to the free throw line and build some confidence.
And he makes the first.
Get the feeling that Milwaukee hit the jackpot with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Rare to get a superstar as elite as that in the draft, but they found him. He's the biggest superstar that this team has had probably since Michael Redd or Ray Allen.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Thon Maker's checked in for Parker. DeAndre Liggins checks in for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Brogdon. And Brent, for the Bucks, the team knows they need to build around Giannis Antetokounmpo, as he is a once-in-a-lifetime talent.
Well, the front office does have an idea of just how good Giannis is right now, but what he can be, and it'll be interesting how they decide to construct the roster. A lot of these guys are versatile and very, very long, and so that's problematic for the teams that are going to play against. The development has to come from within. This team could make a long playoff run if it does.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
2 shots, foul, 2.
Well, Tony Snell getting a chance to play as a consistent starter last season. Again, a classic guy at the 2-guard spot where you want him to defend and hit some threes, and he made the most of his chance last year with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Shooting 2.
That free throw missing. And for Snell, with his usage and minutes going up, he responded with better efficiency as a player.
He was much better from deep and from the floor overall last year, Kevin, settling into the role as the off guard for the Bucks, and he just looked much more comfortable shooting the three.
And the second free throw, good. Charlotte shooting 47% from the field in the third. Pick by Zeller. Here's Stone. Monk, the pass to Stone. Stolen by Dellavedova. 1:52 left to play in the third. And last season, Greg, one big issue for the Hornets was their bench.
And Charlotte tried their best to address that issue this past offseason. And it just goes to show that you need to have a complete roster to compete. A lot of games were given away by the Hornets last year by losing ground when the starters left the court.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
I feel like the strength of this Milwaukee Buck team is in their wing play. A great collection of talent who can mix and match and play a bunch of positions. A lot of switchable defenders out there. And most of their scoring production comes from that wing position.
That one is no good. And Brent, with the Bucks, they are a team that can mix and match with all their options on the perimeter.
Well, the Bucks most night have an advantage, certainly on the wings, with Giannis out there and how versatile and awkward he is to play against. Jabari Parker and company, that's a lot of the scoring load from the wing position along with Middleton, and they score at an efficient rate. They'd like to get a little bit more shooting. That could make them devastating offensively.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Here's Stone, defended by Dellavedova, pass to Bacon. A stupendous finish in traffic. Bacon's got 10.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
The feed to Maker. Puts up a 3. Monk grabs the board. Charlotte shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Pass to Bacon. High post try. Tries again, and he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole. And when you watch Cody Zeller on the floor, you just see how effective he is. He really plays the position well on both ends. He doesn't put up those huge numbers, but the change for his team is that he is so versatile and easy to plug in.
And that one falls for Zeller. And Greg, last season the Hornets were so much more productive when Zeller was on the floor. He was crucial whenever they came away with the win.
And many fans will tell you that Zeller was the second most important player on the team last season. Not a big box score guy, but his value to a team is undeniable. And you can see the play calling this half, another one from distance.
Yeah, no question. It looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game, and they're likely to keep doing this until the defense makes an adjustment.
Now, here's Monk. 6 points for him. Now Dellavedova. He kicks it to Snell. 4 seconds left, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. Dellavedova's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And so it's Jabari Parker making things happen for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's been an excellent game for him offensively. He's got 21 points and counting. We've got more in store for you right after this. A chance now to hear Jason Kidd talking to his team moments ago.
We got some great looks. Great looks. Defensively, we're getting stops too.
The words of Jason Kidd in that huddle moments ago. Happy with the way his team is performing, hoping they can maintain the momentum they've captured.
Well, I mean, they're working together on both ends of the floor and doing a great job of playing at their pace.
Welcome back. 4th quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the 4th quarter. DeAndre Liggins out there with Wilson. Then it's John Henson. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Terry in at the 1 spot.
He's been a little bit disappointing in this game. However, his team has his back. They need a little bit more help from him.
Stone passes to Bacon. And he uses the glass on the layup. Bacon's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the Hornets.
That's a gorgeous assist. Outstanding at finding his guys in the spots where they want the basketball.
And we've played through about a minute here in the 4th. Wilson the pass to Henson. And slam dunk by Henson.
You don't want John Henson getting in that close. Feels like he could just reach up while he's on the ground and still get that done.
The Hornets shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. There's the pick. Here's Stone. Floats one, and it's good on the layup.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Milwaukee's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Outside Wilson. Hey, Brent, what are some of the biggest differences between NBA play and international play?
I think in international play, and we're moving more and more towards it, Kevin, is possessions oftentimes involve 5 to 6 passes and exploring quick cuts to the basket, big guys away from the hoop, and opening up space around the lane for cutters to get in there and slicing through with passes to get available scoring opportunities. A lot of these coaches have borrowed some sets, especially during international competition with the Olympics, that they've brought back to training camps for the NBA season.
Passing, cutting, shooting. I mean, those are the most attractive things to the naked eye to see and watch.
You know what, Kevin? That sounds a lot like basketball to me.
Yeah, me too. Now here's Terry. The pass to Wilson over Williams. The shot by Wilson, no good.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contested. Artful passing on that play, showing a real desire to set up the teammate.
4th quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Dellavedova kicks to Liggins. Dellavedova dishes to Henson. Over O'Brien. The shot comes out. Now Charlotte takes it the other way. Here's Stone. There's a good screen. Charlotte moving the ball around. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Graham. That one wide left. The Bucks have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And last season, injuries played a large part in what derailed the Bucks. Lost Middleton before the season started. Then, of course, Parker goes down. Brent, tough break for everyone.
Clearly no chance last year to get a glimpse of what this Milwaukee Buck team could be once they're full and once they're healthy. But they do have an opportunity. Guys stronger and more improved and maybe a little bit more hungry to feed off that kind of success.
And he makes the first. Over the decades, the way the league has grown, phenomenal, due in no small part to the leadership. Brent, what are some of the key traits you've seen of these two great NBA commissioners?
I think the one thing about both David Stern and Adam Silver that they have done a great job with is that they're approachable. There doesn't seem to be a time, at least in an NBA player's career, where they don't feel like they could either call the office and within maybe a day or two hear from somebody from the league office. But the fact that both David Stern and Adam Silver find their way out to arenas throughout the regular season, come to see every team, that approachability, I think, far and away sets those two gentlemen aside.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
Liggins, no good.
Hey, even though he's been off, the team's still winning, so the hope is that he's going to get going.
Batum wide open, he fires. That's short off the rim.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
It's good.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
The Hornets have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Kaminsky. Charlotte no good that time either. The Bucks shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. Right side, Terry feeds it to Liggins. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
Failure to extend the defense, not going to get you back in this game.
Yeah, it's just a big mistake against a great shooter. It feels like they've just completely lost their focus.
There's the pick. And Batum kicks to Kaminsky. He feeds it to Graham. Outside, Batum. The 3. And Henson pulls it down. Henson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Now, this is a quarter that he would love to forget as soon as possible, not getting anything to go.
Here's Liggins. Here's Terry. It's tipped. Outside, Batum. And DeAndre Liggins picks up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And we're seeing more athletes use cross-training to improve their strength and conditioning. Back in the day, did you play any sports outside of basketball to improve your results?
Kevin, if I asked you if surfing helped my basketball, would you say yes?
Well, in your regard, I would say yes. It did help balance, right?
Yes.
What about that?
Hey, I should have surfed a lot more then, Kevin.
And O'Brien gets it to go. Bucks have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. The dish to Henson. Wilson inside. Kaminsky's there. A shot by Wilson, no good.
Yeah, defense timed that out perfectly. Love the aggressiveness, and then they changed the shot's direction.
Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. Charlotte's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. On the wing, Terry. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, more and more, it's about the maturation process of Giannis and his game, learning now how to sell defenders with pump fakes.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. A Brent, for college players who decide to stay in school for their junior and senior years, in some cases it's been hurting their draft stock. Sometimes it helps. Can you talk about why we see a difference in the two?
I think what happens, Kevin, is that in any given collegiate season, that next year, there's another opportunity for a brand new crop of players. Maybe not the star guys that are going into college as freshmen, but guys who just played their freshman year or in their sophomore season take their next step. And so guys who are juniors and seniors might be looked at as not advancing fast enough or not as much potential, with guys a year behind them being better players.
Now here's Batum, Graham, and the Hornets miss again.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
Yeah, I think coaches right here are always talking about the extra pass, and a contested 3 is not your objective. One more maybe.
Middleton against Batum. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. A shot by Wilson, no good. Here's Graham. The rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Carter Williams against Terry. Here's Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, he might not be the biggest guy out there, but he's willing to rip that rim off.
The Hornets shooting in the fourth quarter down around 31%, not playing with as much energy here lately. To the left side wing. Graham, the pass to Kaminsky. Batum dishes to O'Brien. Clock at 4. Charlotte moving the ball around. Carter Williams can't get it to go.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Terry kicks to Antetokounmpo. Middleton on the wing. Brent, many teams have cracked down on cell phone use during practices and during games. Can anything be done on a league level in that regard?
Hold on, Kevin. I'm getting a call.
Okay, good. Yeah. Can you put him on hold for just a second?
Yeah, Mom, I'm talking to Kevin Harlan. Yeah, it's a different age. I don't think the league, Kevin, can do anything with regards to how players use their mobile devices. That's up to the team and how it is a coach makes sure that the demands of what your practice schedule is and your game schedule and your attentiveness to those times that you need to be there, that takes precedent.
And that one misses.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
The Bucks have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Antetokounmpo against Batum. Terry outside. Here's Wilson. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon, because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Against length, he does a nice job of creating just enough separation.
Well, 10,000 hours of practice at work here, blocking out all distractions and just shooting your shot.
They grabbed their own miss. Carter Williams against Terry. Dishes it to Antetokounmpo. Second chance shot. Great D that time from Batum.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time he chose wisely.
Charlotte making a switch here. Graham's checked in. The Bucks also with the sub. Dellavedova's checked in. Now here's Carter Williams. And the rebound goes to Jason Terry. Now here is Dellavedova. Defense is right there. They set the pick. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Delly, usually unselfish, that time keeps it himself and knows what to do in the flow of the offense.
Carter Williams against Terry. Monk, the pass to Kaminsky. Carter Williams dishes to Kaminsky, kicks it to Graham. Passes it to Carter Williams. Jacks up a three. That doesn't go either for Carter Williams.
That's like milk on a hot day, just a bad decision. Absolutely no reason for him to be taking those shots.
Snell kicks to Dellavedova. Kicks it out to Terry. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Milwaukee.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys. And looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Parker.
They looked aggressive on the offensive end, and that compounded into lots of great opportunities that he capitalized on.
One shot, mind the lanes.
Brent, for the NBA, it's been a very prosperous time over the last couple decades. What do you think has been the key factor or factors in the growth and the popularity of the game?
Kevin, I think the game speaks for itself and always will. The NBA, to me, is the greatest game that we get a chance to watch. Athleticism and poetry in motion. But one of the things at its foundation and core that I've loved is that the guys that are carrying the mantle for the league right now are likable. And there's nothing that beats likability.
And they appreciate, Brent, I think they appreciate the people that were before them very much.
I think they not only appreciate what's gone before them, Kevin, they're in the moment now. And they appreciate what's going on with their careers in their moment.
Free throw drops for Monk.
There's a quiet confidence that Monk seems to play with. You can see he just feels like nobody can guard him. Kid just plays with an edge.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 58 seconds left in the 4th quarter. On the wing, Jason Terry. Carter Williams covering. Terry against Carter Williams. Shot by Terry, no good. Here's Charlotte now. Monk kicks to Graham. Charlotte moving it around. 30 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Pass to Carter Williams. Here's O'Brien with the fadeaway. Rebounded by Snell. He dishes it to Terry. Back to Snell. Terry outside. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Jabari, you guys really got after it tonight. Is this the kind of mentality you want to impose on the other team?
Just as long as I stay aggressive, don't rush the game, don't get outside of my game, but continue to play hard.
Well, you got your teammates looking for you tonight, Jabari. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.